This is Walking to Seduction, spoken by Elsbeth. This isn't the typical podcast episode. Instead, it will be a full-on hypnosis session. So make sure that you're in an appropriate setting to do so. The session today is one that's better suited to experienced folks. You know, the ones who have been doing this hypno-kink thing for a while. You may want to go back and practice the Season 4 trigger if you find that doing this session doesn't quite give you the results I hoped for. In everyday life, I want you relaxed, comfortable. In your imagination, you're going to be walking. Listen to the footsteps. Feel yourself falling in line with their rhythm. Feel your feet hitting the ground, propelling yourself forward. As you're walking, I'm going to be talking to you and letting you know where we're going. How easily could you fall under, be seduced by the right hypnotist? Does it depend on the location? Is it easier in a club with that music pulsing and bodies moving, and most people there for a reason? Whether it's to be seen or to see others or to take someone home, the reason exists. But what about a more mundane setting? With someone with someone not in that skin-tight latex dress. The perfect black fishnet tights. Or stockings. There's something really good about being able to see just the top of the stockings and where those little clips come down to keep them up. Keep going, keep walking. Instead of that sexy wear, what if the person greets you in her typical work attire? Come on, walk down this alley. Don't worry, it's not creepy, and it's not night. Instead, it's about midday. And you noticed this plant shop here the other day, even if you don't remember noticing it then. You remember it now, and you know that's where you want to go. And so you continue forward, walking down, passing different shops and restaurants as you go. Keep walking. A call to adventure. That's exactly what it feels like when the scent of the food from inside of this restaurant hits your nose. The spanakopita, the vegetable fritters, the horiatiki. So many scents, wafting through the air and just finding their way to your nose. There are a few cozy tables sat right outside the open door, and one has a smitten couple at it. The others are empty. The music spills out with the scents, and part of you must be tempted to slow here. But you know your goal. You know where you want to be, so you keep walking, one foot in front of the other. This is an auditory experience. Someone brushes past you. They have boxes inside of bags. Perhaps they're holding the hand of their significant other. Or maybe the sticky hand of a small child. Out the door they came, almost bumping into you, before stepping to the side. No Greek music here, and no scents either. Instead, just bright windows advertising sales that you can't miss. Sandals, boots, heels, trainers, everything you can imagine to put on a foot appears to be in the window. Not a lot of temptation here, and so you walk on, walking steadily. This is an auditory experience. No careless customers this time to bump into you, and no bright windows advertising sales. This store, it wants to be discreet. No sneak peeks, but any local who has ever had a sudden urge to buy a special, intimate toy and couldn't wait on delivery has made their way to this shop. The music is muffled. Perhaps there's a small, sticky cinema enclosed within this shop. You know, one with a fun show, even if it lacks plot, going on. This is an auditory experience. Once again, a lovely aroma tickles your nose, making your mouth water. It's not just the scent that you notice, it's also the happy laughter, loud conversations, and full of life restaurant beside you. The lunchtime crowd is definitely hopping here. Or maybe it's just the wine, robust wine. This is authentic. This is not some Olive Garden tucked into a shopping mall. This Italian place full of people, food, happiness. It belongs here perfectly in this location. and you can't help but smile. The laughter, the conversations, the happiness is contagious. This is an auditory experience. And as you walk forward, the put-together music of the Italian restaurant is slowly drowned out by the sound of people here, there, trying out different instruments. Or perhaps it's just the shopkeeper working to keep everything in tune. Can you imagine heralding horns or a light and lovely flute song? This hodgepodge orchestra popping up inside of the music shop. Maybe a trumpet holding on to a high A, matched by more horns. Or aloud a small solo, something that would do New Orleans proud. Another sound recurring, a major key and something hopeful, not shattering, followed by a quiet contemplation. This is an auditory experience. Keep going. You can see the shop now. It too has music coming out of the open door. Do you recognize it? Does it make you smile to realize that in this day when everything retro seems to be somehow new again, found, enjoyed, that even this plant shop is doing something similar? You don't see the shop clerk. It's kind of hard to see anything through the hanging vines and the proud potted plants. But the door is open and you know you're free to walk in, free to browse. It's warm, cozy. You make your way further, deeper into the shop, to where you see a small cash register sitting on top of a wooden table. There's a sign there that says, "Do not feed the plants." And when the clerk comes out and walks around from the back room, she's cute. She's wearing dungarees, has her hair in braided pigtails, and she's wiping dirt off of her hands. Very girl next door, easy to talk to. And so you look for her name badge, but all it says is, "My name isn't Audrey." And that's the perfect opening for you to ask her name. the perfect opening to begin a conversation. And she's happy to chat, to talk about the deep color of different plants, how the leaves fall down in the evening, or how they perk at different stimuli. It's when she says that her eyes wander over towards a small bonsai on the shelf. You ask what it is, and she replies, "It's a Myristica fragrance, but you probably know it as something else. Do you wonder why it makes her blush just a bit? Or does it? Does it make her blush? Or does this girl next door appearance require a bit of blushing to stay in character?" "It is a male one," she says. "They come in male and female." "Oh," you say, "and do you wonder if you should push the conversation?" You hesitate a moment and then say, "What's it used for?" And with that, you get a smile, and she replies, "Fun." She continues to talk about the plants, again, almost seeming to blush when she hits on a few of the known aphrodisiac plants. Or again, maybe that blush is just for you. What you want to see or need to see. What she wants you to see. She continues to talk, and perhaps it's the cadence of her voice or the intimate setting of the shop. Only the two of you surrounded by these vines, the perfect privacy curtain. But you find yourself relaxing even more, feeling as if you've known her for weeks, months, not just minutes. She watches your body language. You feel confident. You feel kind of impressed with your own self at how this flirtation is going. And after a few more moments, minutes, the time is flying. She offhandedly says that she needs to buy a present for one of her girlfriends, something to celebrate her upcoming engagement. But she can't decide on a perfume. Would you mind taking a sniff? It's on my wrist, but it's almost worn off. Lean in. Smell behind my ear. It's likely stronger there. She moves the pigtail back out of the way and tilts her head, waiting for you. And you obey. You breathe in deeply, taking in the mixture of the scent of the perfume with the scent of her skin. And it's better than any scent that you passed on your walk to get here. It's everything at this moment. and you feel woozy, but in a good way. You feel warm and agreeable, and you say yes, yes, of course, to all of the leading questions that she asks you, having you say how much you love the shop, that you'll definitely return often, again and again. And she leaves you with a few other hidden phrases, ones you eagerly stuff into that mind of yours to keep safe. And you know that you will return many times, getting more instructions and falling more and more in love. In a moment, I'm going to begin to walk you up and out of trance. And after you're out of trance, you will be fully awake and alert and ready for your day, whatever it is that comes next. 1. 2. Feeling grateful for this experience. 3. Feeling happy and light, the way a flirtation should leave you. 4. 5. Fully up, out of trance, and ready to carry on with your everyday life. If you enjoyed this session as much as I know you did, take a moment to send that polite note to me. You can do so through the spokenbyelswith.com website or through Patreon. It's a bit faster. Don't forget your manners.